Welcome everybody. Welcome to TechGrowthStocks channel. Today I bring you a new episode of my Momentum Master series, and I will cover today the medical devices and instruments momentum stocks. So please have a look with me at these stocks. I think they are way exciting stocks for you because the medical devices sector has been a very strong sector over the last 10 years. And also this year it had a good performance of around 15% year to date, which is very strong. And so I think in this sector are excellent momentum stock plays. Yeah, so guys, and also please subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any videos about the Momentum series, Momentum Master series. I have many Momentum stock videos. One is a hot video, for instance, about the hot internet momentum stocks, or the hot NASDAQ momentum stocks, or the hot tech software momentum stocks, the hot tech semiconductor momentum stocks. These are all stocks which had a very strong run, and probably where I expect they going forward, they will continue with a strong performance. And guys, please be advised, all what I talk here, this does not constitute financial advice. This is for entertainment only, so please consider that. Okay, guys and girls, so let's start off with the medical devices stocks. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the first stock, and it is VAPO, Vapotherm. Here you can see the longer term chart of Vapotherm. Vapotherm has been an IPO in 2018, so it's a quite young stock. Yeah. After its IPO, it tried to build an IPO base, but we had a breakdown. Yeah. Here could not hold its IPO base, which is not that good in general. But this year in March, after consolidating here, we could break out from that bottom which we formed here, and we could break out this year in March and form a nice uptrend, a strong uptrend. We had a really powerful move. We moved from around 10 to 52, and this we can see also in the short-term chart. We had this big up run, and then on the earnings at the 5th of August, we had a strong breakdown in the stock. This in generally is a red flag for a stock, so we have to monitor it carefully. But here we can see, but now it looks like it found a bottom, and today it's up strongly. It's up nearly 10%, 9.5% today. The growth characteristics of VAPO are the EPS growth is not that good. It's currently minus 34%, but it has a super strong sales growth of 124%, and also a super strong relative strength rating of 96. So that's why I think this stock could be a strong winner going forward. If we consolidate here a little bit more, move a little bit higher, form a small uptrend, and then I think if we move higher to maybe around 36, 37, I think that could be a nice entry. Yeah. So this stock we have to wait and see if it's going in our direction, and then we could place or could put. Then I think it would be a good time to put on a trade. Okay, so that's it for VAPO. Let's have a look at the next stock, and it is IRTC, Rhythm Technologies. Yeah, here you can see the longer term chart of IRTC. It had its IPO in 2016. After its IPO, it moved into a strong uptrend until September 2018, and then we had a sideways movement until the end of, let's say, around the end of or start at the end of 2019 or start of this year. Yeah. And then we moved into an uptrend, to a strong uptrend. In the short-term chart, you see that strong uptrend, And yeah, recently, since 2 September, around that date, we have been consolidating sideways. So the chart is looking good. Currently, we are around the little bit below the 50-day moving average and above the 100-day moving average. So yeah, still the base is holding here, and now we're at the lower end of the base. Yeah, IRTC has excellent growth characteristics, a super strong EPS growth of 33%, a strong and good sales growth of 15%, and a super strong relative strength rating of 97. So I think IRTC is definitely a top pick in the medical devices momentum space. Okay, so that was it for IRTC. Let's have a look at the next medical devices momentum stock, and it is CYRX, Cryoport. Here we can see the longer term chart of CYRX, and yeah, we can see it moved into an uptrend in 2017, and since then we have been in an uptrend, but we had volatile movements in this uptrend, or it's kind of a volatile stock. Yeah, we have a quick run and then we consolidate or correct quite a few percentage points. Yeah, currently we are correcting after the big run here, which started in March 2020. This we can see in the short-term chart as well. We have this short-term run-up, and now we have been consolidating since the 2nd of September here as well. Yeah, and now we are it looks like it wants to bounce. This is a 100-day moving average, and it looks like it wants to bounce off the 100-day moving average. So this could be an attractive entry point as of now, yeah, for CYRX. Yeah, the growth characteristics of CYRX are excellent. It has a super strong EPS growth of 63%, a very strong sales growth of 29%, and a very strong relative strength rating of 96. So CYRX is definitely a top pick in the medical transportation space and in the momentum medical devices and associated industry space. Okay, so that was it for CYRX. Let's have a look at the next medical devices momentum stock, and it is GNMK, GenMark Diagnostics. Now here you can see the longer term chart of GenMark, and yeah, it was kind of volatile. Yeah, here we had a strong down move, then we increased again, moved down, increased, moved down. Overall it was more a down move here, and this year we could break the downtrend strongly. Started in March, like with many stocks, with many momentum stocks. It started in March, it moved into a strong uptrend, very strong uptrend. We were at around, let's say, 4, and then we moved to 20, so we had a 5 times move. And yeah, in the short-term chart you can see, yeah, you see here the up move, consolidation, up move, and now we have been consolidating since the 5th of October. And here we see now we are forming, looks like a little bit a triple bottom, and we just moved up from the triple bottom, from the third bottom, yeah. So this looks like it wants to build a new uptrend. Yeah, GNMK's growth characteristics are the EPS growth is sluggish with -56%, but sales growth is strong with 99%, and the relative strength rating is good with 93. So it's definitely also a good medical devices momentum stock. Okay, so that was it for GNMK. let's have a look at the next medical devices and momentum stock, and it is AXNX, AXNX modulation technologies. Yeah, here you can see the longer term chart of AXNX, and after it built a nice IPO in 2018 and it broke out from that base quite nicely. Then it built another base, broke out, and yeah, it had a strong up move. Then July 2019 started its strong consolidation and correction phase. Yeah, and here we can see this year in March it could started a new uptrend and break out of that longer term volatile consolidation phase and form a less volatile uptrend. In the short term chart we see that less volatile uptrend, and now looks like here we formed the base, broke out of that base, and now we build a small base on top of a base, maybe a little bit bigger handle, but it's a base for itself. So I think it would be a good entry point if we break out above this high, about the October 27 high, which is around 50.50. We could break out above here. This would be an excellent entry point. Yeah, AXNX, the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is minus 15%, is sluggish, not that good, but the sales growth is very strong with nearly 1,000, with over 1,600%, and the relative strength rating is good as well with 93. So it's also a good medical devices momentum stock. Okay, so that was it for AXNX. Let's have a look at the next medical devices momentum stock, and it is STAA, STAA Surgical. Yeah, here we can see the longer term chart of STAA Surgical. We moved into a strong up move in 2016, and there we see a very strong up move until September 2018, and then we moved in a longer term consolidation phase. And this year in March we started a new up move, and in June we broke out of that consolidation phase, and now we are in a nice uptrend there. The short term chart we see that uptrend, and here we consolidated and then we could break out again. Now we are at a high handle, and here we had a strong volume coming into the stock, and now we are at this high handle. So a breakout from this high handle would be an attractive entry point. Yeah, STAA's growth characteristics. Yeah, the EPS growth is not that good, minus 122%, and the sales growth is sluggish as well with -2%. But the relative strength rating is strong with 95, so it's also a good medical devices momentum stock. Okay, so that was it for STAA. And by the way, guys, for the medical devices space and the biotech space, these stocks often do not trade on earnings. They more or less they trade on catalysts, especially the biotech stocks. This is not so much the case for medical devices stock, more for biotech stocks. These trade more on catalysts like FDA approvals and stuff like that. Okay, so let's have a look at the next medical devices stock, and it is SWAV, Shockwave Medical. Yeah, here you can see the longer term chart of Shockwave Medical, and yeah, you can see after its IPO it broke out, had a strong move, and yeah, then it gave back the whole up move, had a correction, consolidated, and this year in March it made its low and it started into an uptrend to form an uptrend, and now we're in that uptrend. In the short-term chart, you see that nice uptrend, which has been quite less volatile, and now since October 19, we have been consolidating together with the overall market. And yeah, today we are up in the stock. Looks like maybe it could break its short-term downtrend. Yeah, the growth characteristics of Shockwave, the EPS growth is -5%, not so good. The sales growth is strong with 56%, and the relative strength rating is good with 93. So it's definitely as well a good medical devices momentum play. Okay, so guys and girls, let's have a look at the next medical devices momentum stock. And it is TTNM, Tandem Diabetes Care. Here we can see the longer term chart of Tandem, and yeah, it had a strong long-term downtrend, very strong until, let's say the start of 2018, and then it moved into an uptrend in 2018 into a very strong uptrend. And since then we have been in that uptrend. In the short-term chart, you see an uptrend and a less volatile uptrend. And now, currently, we corrected. We are around the little bit below the 50-day moving average, and we see we bounced to the 100-day moving average, and we bounced off it. You can see that in the longer-term chart. So I think currently it could be an attractive entry point for Tandem. Yeah, Tandem's growth characteristics are excellent. A super strong EPS growth of 681%. A super strong EPS growth of 681%. A strong sales growth of 33%, and a good relative strength rating of 90. So it's definitely a top medical devices momentum play. Okay, so that was it for Tandem. Let's have a look at the next medical devices momentum stock, and it is DHR, Danaher. Here we can see the longer term chart of Danaher, and it looks very strong. It looks very nice. A long-term uptrend going higher and higher consistently. Yeah, this year we had the Corona breakdown started in February. We made the low in March, around the 23rd of March. Yeah, and then we moved into a very strong uptrend, and now we are nearly up 100% from the low, nearly from this year's low, or from this year's March low. Yeah, in the short-term chart you see a nice uptrend, very nice. And bouncing from the moving averages, here bounce from the 50, here bounce from the, let's say, around the 40. So very nice. And here we could accelerate again, and now we are still in that nice up move. So I think it's a nice looking chart, and Danaher has also good growth characteristics. A strong EPS growth of 30%, a strong sales growth of 10%, and and the relative strength rating is okay with 89. So Danaher is also a top pick in the medical devices momentum space. Okay, so that was it for Danaher. Now we come to the last medical devices momentum stock, and it is BIO, Bio-Rad Laboratories. Here you can see the longer term chart of Bio, and you can see it has been in a nice uptrend, which started in 2016 until August 2018. Then we had a correction, and we moved into an uptrend since then again. And this year, we had the pandemic correction with a low in March, and we moved higher and from this low we moved higher again. The short-term chart, you see that short-term uptrend, and just recently we had here a small base. We could break out strongly from that base. We made a high handle. We could break out from that high handle. Yeah, BIOS growth characteristics, the EPS growth is good with 21%, and the sales growth is a little bit sluggish, but not too strong with -2%, and the overall relative strength rating is okay with 89. Okay, everybody, so these were the medical devices momentum stocks as of today. And yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also please do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss any video anymore. Also in the future, I plan to make performance videos about my strategies and about momentum stocks. So please subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss these videos. And also please have a look at my other strategies. I have the best long-term TechGrowthStocks strategy, which is a long-term strategy with a holding period of 1 year or more of the stocks, and which has a very high return potential. Also, I have a little bit more shorter term strategy, which is a TechGrowthStocks daily strategy. Please have a look at that as well. And yeah, and then I have this Momentum Master Series where I cover the best momentum stocks for instance, I have one about internet stocks, about tech software stocks, about the NASDAQ momentum stocks, and the tech semiconductor momentum stocks. And soon I will make a new video about the most disruptive momentum stocks. These are all great momentum stocks, and I think you should follow these stocks, and because these are the stocks where the performance can be made, and so I follow these. That's why I'm following these stocks. Yeah. Okay, everybody, so thank you for watching this video, and yeah, I hope I see you again soon. Cheers.